Have to read the email.
So presidents are at the side, so we are able to start. My name is Maciej Kaplecki, and on behalf of the organizers, I want to welcome you on the Spanish-Polish Mathematical meeting, and hope that you stay in touch with the conference and all the contacts will be as well as possible. And I want to say welcome in all official languages of the countries organizing. So four for Spain and one for Poland. So welcome. This is international. Bienvenidos. Benvinguts. Benvenidos. Es complicado. Aunque es hoy, witam. This ceremony will be led by one of the main organizers, Marek Majewski, who is also a vice dean of the Faculty of Mathematics of the University.
Thank you, Maciek. Welcome, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our patrons, sponsors, and of course those people and those institutions without whom the conference could not take place. I mean the organizers. The Spanish-Polish Mathematical Meeting has received the honorary patronage of the Polish Minister of Foreign Affairs, Professor of the University of Łódź, His Excellency Zbigniew Rau. Unfortunately, the minister was unable to attend today's opening, but he said, no, he didn't say, but we are proud of this patronage. Also, it's my obligation to inform you that our conference has received significant financial support from the Ministry of Education and Science under the program Excellent Science Support for Scientific Conferences. The venue of this meeting is Łódź. Łódź is a city that celebrated 600th anniversary this year, but for centuries it remained a small remote settlement, and its dynamic growth, yes, Maciek, can I? Oh, yes. And its dynamical growth began in 19th century, and this is connected with the development of the textile industry. And now this is the third largest city in Poland. Now it is also academic city with famous film school and of course very good universities. It's my pleasure to inform you that the patron of our conference is the mayor of the city of Łódź, Hanna Zdanowska. Of course, our conference is also held under the patronage of the magnificent rectors of the Lodz University of Technology and the University of Łódź. I would like to ask the Vice Rector of the University of Łódź, Professor Ryszard Pokrócki, to take the floor and say a few words.
Thank you very much. Just for the record, it's Łukasz Pokrócki, but it's last name. Buenos dias a todos and welcome to University of Łódź. I would especially like to welcome representatives of the 3 Spanish associations that we have the pleasure of hosting today. La Real Sociedad Matemática Española, la Sociedad Española de Matemática Aplicada, la Sociedad Catalana de Matemáticas. Thank you for taking the joint effort of co-organizing the event. Needless to say, thanks are also due to the local organizers, the Faculty of Mathematics and Computer Science at the University of Łódź, as well as the Polish Mathematical Society and the Łódź University of Technology. I must of course remember to mention the co-organizers, the mathematical faculties of the 3 top Polish universities, University of Warsaw, Jagiellonian University, and Mickiewicz University. I know from first-hand experience that putting together a major event with so many organizing bodies, and in this case 340 participants, quite an impressive number, is quite a challenge. And I must say, you have done very well for yourselves. Congratulations. Academia in post-COVID times is re-evaluating its identity, purpose, and operation. Many universities have decided that while online conferencing is no longer an absolute necessity, it is convenient, sustainable, and economical. This may well be true, but many a great idea has been born during informal exchanges over coffee and pastry, a result that is far more difficult to obtain via Teams or Zoom. I do sincerely hope that your networking over the next few days in Łódź will produce not only concrete plans for the next bilateral mathematical meeting, but also fresh ideas, interesting thoughts, and new concepts that will contribute to the development of mathematics. Have a great stay in Łódź and have a wonderful conference. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, but the conference without any mistakes is impossible. Okay, so the rector mentioned that the conference is co-organized by the Faculty of Technical Physics, Information Technology and Applied Mathematics, and of course, Faculty of Mathematics and Computer Science of the University of Łódź. I will ask now the Dean of the Faculty of Mathematics and Computer Science, Professor Grażyna Chorbaczewska, to say a few words for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's really an honor and an extraordinary joy to host such an event here at our university. Fresh beginnings are always full of excitement and expectations, so I think it's time to start to celebrate this week of mathematics in Łódź. I think that these meetings are devoted to admire achievements of others, to find some inspirations for our research, also to meet some old friends and new friends, and I think also to share some interest being understood. At least we know that in mathematics, in our world, it's not so easy to be understood if we are mathematicians. So here you can feel as among friends. And using our university's advertising slogan, which is written here, open your mind, free your mind, I'd like to wish you joyful time and fruitful time here in Łódź. So have a good time here.
Thank you. Of course, the main organizers of the conference are the mathematical societies. I will try to read off all of them, probably not so proper as Mr. Rector said done this, but I will try my best. I promise I will start learning Spain and maybe Catalonian. So, okay, so Real Sociedad Matemática Española, Sociedad Española de Matemática Aplicada, Sociedad Catalana de Matemáticas, and Polskie Towarzystwo Matematyczne. I would like to ask for a short speech, Mrs. President of Real Sociedad Matemática Española, Professor Eva Gallardo.
Okay, good morning, Vice Rector, Dean, President of the Polish Math Society, President of the Sociedad Española de Matemática Aplicada, President of Sociedad Catalana de Matemática, and distinguished attendants. As President of Real Sociedad Matemática Española, and on behalf of the Society, I am honored to welcome all the conference attendants, the main speakers, the session speakers, and the session organizers who have gathered here today for this joint meeting. A meeting which emerged as an initiative in 2019 in a broad community brought together by the shared pursuit of creating, disseminating, and expanding knowledge in mathematics in a service to the worldwide community. In this regard, La Real Sociedad Matemática Española pushed the boundaries, establishing collaboration with other mathematical societies, national and international, in order to strive for progress with a significant effort and commitment to high standards. As a scientific committee and as a scientific society, we do strongly believe in teamwork, creativity, and dedication. On behalf of Real Sociedad Matemática Española, I want to thank the local organizers who have organized this event and make this conference a reality today. With more than 200 talks, where some of the latest mathematical findings will be highlighted, I trust that you will find this joint meeting professionally engaging and personally rewarding. During these days, we will have the opportunity to share our interests with colleagues and peers. And in this end, I hope this conference represents both mathematically and personal opportunities to all of you. Finally, and once again, on behalf of Real Sociedad Matemática Española, I wish you a successful conference. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the organizer is also Sociedad Española de Matemática Aplicada, and I will ask Professor Manuel Castro to take the floor.
Okay, so good morning, Mr. Rector, Dean of the University of the Mathematical and Computer Science, Eva, Montserrat, Jacek, also the presidents of the Spanish Real Sociedad Española de Matemática Aplicada, Sociedad Catalana de Matemáticas, Polish Mathematical Society, and also Nasiek, the chair of the local organizing committee. So in behalf of SEMA, Sociedad Española de Matemática Aplicada, I wish you a very pleasant and fruitful conference. So concerning, the organization of this meeting, I think as we have seen previously, there has been a previous idea, and due to different problems, pandemic, things that happened in the last 3 years has been postponed. And I think it's a good decision, because the most important thing here is not to have a online or hybrid meeting. So the good reason for organizing this is to share and to meet here together in order to produce new collaboration of strength, new collaboration between members of our societies. So thank you so much for the organization of this meeting, and I wish you a pleasant and fruitful week here in Booth. Thank you.
And the organizer of the conference from the Catalonia is Catalan Society Societat Societat Catalana de Mathematics. I'm sorry. Professor Montserrat Alsina, please say a few words.
Thank you. So, dear presidents of the other societies organizing, chair of the conference, authorities, participants, researchers, speakers, good morning, bon dia to them. It's a pleasure to be at the opening on this joint conference of the 4 societies. An honor to represent the Societat Catalana de Matemàtiques, namely the Catalan Mathematical Society based in Barcelona. Un plaer i un honor, justament, per ser acompanyada dels membres de la nostra societat que avui sou aquí. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers and the presidents of the other societies, because we all know that this meeting was scheduled to be, was planned for 2020, but it was cancelled because of the pandemic. And it was not easy to decide to schedule again because, as he said, we want to make it presential in person because the collaboration is more fruitful. So we don't know how many participants there will have been this time, but I think now we can be proud that it's really a successful conference with 15 thematic sessions, miscellaneous the panel of didactics, and a list of 337 or 340, I think he said. So secondly, I want to highlight the importance of the collaboration between and the contact between researchers. A conference is always an opportunity for research community to share ideas and results, to learn, to listen one from the others, and to generate new questions and new also possible ways to find answers. Because this is important for the academic, but also for the society, for the future, because mathematics are everywhere. But when the conference is organized, moreover, as a joint meeting of the societies, it goes even further, because it has the added value of bringing together scientific communities with diversity, territorial diversity from Spain, Catalonia, or Poland, thematic diversity like SEMA for applied mathematics, in order to work together. So it's even more fruitful. So the meeting of these 4 mathematical societies gathering today, it's a good example, and it's also a continuation of the tradition of societies to hold bilateral meetings with other national societies. It's been the first meeting of this Polish-Catalan society with the other. Por supuesto, no es el primero que hacemos con las 2 sociedades españolas. But I would like to highlight that we need to go further and to go for more. With Polish and Catalan researchers, the collaboration is not just a beginning point, because we have really a good tradition. I'm not going to make a list because it will be very difficult to not forget anybody. But of course, I can think in persons of Catalonia with really a lot of collaborations and publications with Polish people. And third, even we are at the beginning of this conference, let me do some advertising of an interesting one, because in 2020, we also have at our society the Barcelona Mathematical Days, that we also need to move because of the pandemic. It's a triennial conference, so this year also we are going to do a conference, so let me invite you to the Barcelona Mathematical Days in November. And also, because it's a joint meeting of societies, I think we need to mention about the next July. It will be the European Mathematical Meeting, the European Conference of Mathematics, where also Polish has a role. So let me finish my speech encouraging you to attend and to be aware of the open calls about satellite events, mining symposia, and so on. For us, for Catalonia, this has a very special meeting because we organized the 3rd edition of the European Conference in Barcelona in 2000. And let me finish thanking again not only the organizers, but also all of you, the mathematicians, because we are the people who put mathematics on the stage. This is what a conference is made of, and this is what a conference is made for. So, Somidons, let's enjoy doing mathematics and more at this nice city. Thank you.
And last but not least, I will ask Professor Jacek Miękisz, President of the Polish Mathematical Society, to say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, the Director, the Dean, the Presidents, I'd like to warmly welcome you in Poland, Eva Gallardo, Presidenta Real Sociedad Matemática Española, Manuel Castro, Presidente Sociedad Española de Matemática Aplicada, y Montserrat Alsina, Presidenta de Sociedad Catalana de Mathematics. And thank you for the patience. We have made it. We overcome the pandemic. We conquered time delays. And we are happy to be here in Łódź to celebrate mathematics, to work in mathematics, to strengthen our collaborations and to create new ones. I would also like to thank the local organizing committee, the branch, the branch of the Polish Mathematical Society, for the enormous work to make these things happen against many difficulties. And I would like to also thank the University of Łódź, the director and dean, for hosting us here in this nice campus. Spain and Poland are far away geographically, but we will prove that in different metrics of scientific collaborations, we are pretty close. So I would like to wish all of you the very constructive discussions, but also to enjoy the stay here in Łódź, to take part in many cultural events which are proposed by the local organizing committee, and like to have good memories from this meeting here. So thank you very much. And now,
Thank you. At the end of this part, I think we need some statistics. Yes, so we have more than 300 participants. We have more than 16 plenary sessions and 200 and maybe 300 even regular presentations or regular sessions. So I wish you fruitful work, yes, and very nice, yes.
So I should declare.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It was. So I would like officially declare the Spanish and Polish mathematical meeting open.
Thank you. Okay, so now it's time for take a photo together. Yes, so we invite to. Okay, so our photographer will try to do his best to. Yes. Okay, so please sit down here, so in these places, so we can. Yes, I think. ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of this part of the ceremony, and now we begin the award ceremony of the Polish Mathematical Society, which will be chaired by President Professor Jacek Miękisz.
So let us begin with the award ceremony. Polish Mathematical Society awards many scientific prizes every year, and some of them will be here handed to laureates. There are two main purposes of such awards. Of course, the main one is to appreciate achievements of laureates, but also to show young people, to provide motivation for young people to work as hard to be in such places in the future. So we will have several awards handed today. So the first one is the Stefan Banach Prize for achievements in the field of mathematical research. And the laureate is Piotr Nowak from Institute of Mathematics, Polish Academy of Sciences, for groundbreaking results on the Kazhdan property, T, a fundamental property studied in the theory of representation of discrete groups. And now I would like to ask the laudator, Damian Osaja, to say a few words about the laureate.
Hello, everyone. Piotr. So it's my pleasure to say a few words about the laureate, Piotr Nowak. So, right here. So Piotr Nowak obtained his Master of Science degree from the University of Warsaw under the guidance of Henryk Torunczy, famous topologist, who was also actually who also got the prize, the same prize, so noblesse oblige at least. And so it was in 2003. Then Piotr went abroad, so he did his PhD studies in Vanderbilt University, and he got PhD in 2008 under the guidance of William Hu. Later, he was a postdoc at Texas A&M, and later in various stages of his career, visiting professor at Oxford or at NSRI in Berkeley. Since 2011, he works at Polish Academy of Sciences, at the Institute of Mathematics at Polish Academy of Sciences. So initially, it was a joint position with University of Warsaw. Also, since 2018, he serves as the Deputy Director for Scientific Matters. And as I know, he takes active part in various committees actually shaping the environment for research in mathematics in Poland. In 2016, he obtained habilitation. It's important in Poland. So Piotr is author of about 35 papers in mathematics, so many of them published, and most of them published in top mathematical journals, including Annals of Mathematics, Journal für die reine und angewandte Mathematik, Mathematische Annalen, Advances of Mathematics, many others, Journal of Functional Analysis, and whatever you can imagine. He's also an author, a co-author with his supervisor, with William Hu. He's co-author of the book large-scale geometry. So this is a very well-known book. This is a very popular book. In my opinion, the most important book in coarse geometry at the moment. So widely used, widely cited, etc. He's also editor in our Polish, very important mathematical journal, very well-established old mathematical journal, Fundamenta Mathematica. And he was also the first mathematician, the first Polish mathematician to obtain the ERC starting grant. So this was executed at IMPAN at Polish Academy of Sciences. Besides this, he got many other important grants from both American, like the MSF, and many Polish agencies, including Foundation for Polish Science, National Science Center, and so on. So recently, just now, he is recipient of the very prestigious, the most prestigious Polish Grant Master, which is also underway at the Polish Academy of Sciences. And besides this, he also obtained a lot of various awards, mathematical awards. So I will not list all of them. And of course, we have here the important one, the Banach Prize. But besides this, just in 2023, he got this Frontiers of Research Award, Frontiers of Science Award in Beijing, and also the award of the Ministry of Education, Science and Higher Education in Poland. Okay, so now about his research and what he got the award for. So Piotr is mainly interested in geometric and analytic group theory, with relations, in particular, in relations with index theory, topology of manifolds, and non-commutative geometry, and coarse geometry. So the award was granted for his work on property T, or the so-called Cartan's property T for automorphism group, for outer automorphism groups of free groups. So Cartan's property T is an important property of groups introduced by David Cartan in his studies of Lie groups. So this property was used for proving that some lattices in Lie groups are finally generated, and since then it is a very intensive field of study. So this property has something to do with fixed points in group actions on Hilbert spaces, and has been shown for many groups. Still, the problem whether automorphic groups or free groups, which are very important and very classical groups, possess this property was an open question. And actually, it was not quite clear what should be the answer. So there were some things proving the opposite, or trying to prove the opposite. So Piotr was the leader, was initiator, and the leader of the team which undertook a completely new approach to this problem, and they did it. They proved the property T, the Cartan's property T, for all reasonable, meaning of high enough rank groups, automorphic groups of free groups. So first, in a paper with Marek Kaluba and Narutaka Ozawa, they proved that out F5, so automorphic group of free group on 5 generators, have property T. This paper appeared in Mathematician Malen. And then with David Kielak and Marek Kaluba, they extended this result to all automorphic group of free groups of all the ranks above 5 and high. So this is the result that I believe this work is the work that granted him the prize. And if you want to hear more about this mathematically, you are invited to Piotr's talk. There will be plenary talk here. There will be also a second talk of Piotr during our geometric and combinatorial group theory section. So please be invited. So just a last word. I know Piotr personally for many years, and he's a very nice person. He's a very positive and very sociable person. So I'm very, very glad that I have this pleasure to talk about him. So congratulations, Piotr.
Now I invite also the Vice Chairman of Polish Mathematical Society, Arkadiusz Błaszczyk, to assist me with finding the prize. The Chairman of the jury, Tom Szymanski, I think is not present here. Questions? Thank you very much. You from the exam. All right. Yes. But the level is very high. No. Thank the second prize, the second, but just another prize, Hugo Steinhaus Prize for achievements in the field of applied mathematics. The laureate Jan Obój from the University of Oxford for his achievements in financial mathematics, with particular emphasis on innovative methods of testing model robustness. And I would like to invite Lotato Łukasz Sztetner from the Institute of Mathematics, Polish Academy of Sciences, to say a few words. And Laura. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present Jan Obój, who is a winner of the 2022 Hugo Steinhaus Award for entirety of achievements in mathematical finance, with special consideration of innovative methods for investigating robustness of models. Let me say a few words about. Let me say a few words about Jan Obój. He's a regular speaker in conferences and seminars, and since 2019, he had a plenary talk at the Quantitative Mathematics of Finance conference in Sydney. He also gave a talk at plenary talk at 7th International Mathematical Finance Conference. In 2019, he was named fellow of the Mathematical Institute of the Institute of Mathematical Statistics. And also in 2019, he was elected a new vice president of the Bachelier Finance Society. And starting from 2024, he became a president of Bachelier Finance Society. Now let me say a few words about education and other info concerning Jan Obój. So, first of all, he completed his master thesis under direction of Marc Yor at University of Paris 6 and independently under the direction of Stanisław Kwapin at Warsaw University. And then he got PhD. He defended his PhD under supervision of Marc Yor, with co-direction of Stanisław Kwapin, and it was once again University of Paris 6 and University of Warsaw. In the meantime, he got a master thesis in sociology. So he's a recipient of a number of grants, including ERC starting grant 2014-2019. He supervised so far 7 PhD students, and he's an associate editor in a number of journals, including such top journals like Finance and Statistics, Stochastic Processes and Applications, same journal Mathematical Finance. And he's an author of 71 papers, even more. I have a problem to count for recent count published in top journals. Now, let me say a few words about his scientific achievements. So usually, one of the main problems in our real life is a model uncertainty. And Jan Obój is one of the leading experts in so-called robust approach to mathematics of finance. And he's an author of impressive series of 11 papers in 2019-2022, in which he made impactful contribution to the full spectrum of problems from foundation theory to numerical methods to application using marking data. The works focusing on application of computation-relevant outputs involved creating entirely novel tools based on techniques from optimal transport theory. This had two strands. First, papers based on the idea of financial papers developing and using numerical methods for optimal transport with mathematical constraints, and the second papers based on an idea to see financial data or data streams, or more generally, not as a vector, but rather discrete probability measures to consider the perturbation in the Wasserstein space. These contributions offered a new applications in statistics, financial mathematics, machine learning, and more. Thank you.
I may just add a personal note that Jan Obój got a bachelor's degree in game theory under my supervision. And we have the chairman of the prize committee, Ryszard Rudnicki, and this. So thank you very much for your big achievements, and again, we wish you great results, and congratulations. Excellent. Now, Samuel Dickstein Prize for achievements in the field of mathematical education, popularization, and history of mathematics. And the laureate is Marcin Kuczma from University of Warsaw for 50 years of gigantic work for the benefit of the Mathematical Olympiad and for 40 years of a unique form of popularizing mathematics in 44M Club, published in the Delta Monthly, as well as other popular science publications and lectures. And the laureate is Grzegorz Świątek from the Warsaw University of Technology, and I invite the laureate here.
Marcin Emil Kuczma was born in Warsaw. His life's adventure in mathematics began with the Mathematical Olympiad when he was a high school student. He was a laureate of 3 Olympiads from the 11th to the 13th, and twice represented Poland in the International Mathematical Olympiad, winning a silver medal in 1962. He studied at the Faculty of Mathematics and Physics of Warsaw University from 1962 to 1966 and completed his PhD in 1974. His entire career until the retirement at the age of 70 was at the Institute of Mathematics of Warsaw University. He published more than 10 research papers on various topics of mathematical analysis, but became very well known because of his work in teaching and popularizing mathematics. Let us briefly recall his most outstanding achievements. From 1975, he was a member of the Regional Committee of the Mathematical Olympiad in Warsaw and a key person there both on organizational matters and in reviewing and grading the participants' works. From 1990, he became a member of the main committee of the Olympiad, active until very recently and still present as an honorary member. Many times he led Polish teams to various international math competitions or was in charge of scientific camps where the students prepared for the international contests. He was the author of many problems, a member of the problem committee of the Olympiad from the beginning, and member of juries of international competitions. As the scientific secretary of the main committee, he painstakingly prepared solutions of contest problems and authored or co-authored several books of problems, as well as published articles, including in the best-known journals such as the American Mathematical Monthly, on particularly interesting ones. But he was probably best known for his work for the Polish monthly Delta, which is devoted to popularizing science. There he started and for many years edited the so-called Clock 44, which is a problem-solving contest for the readers. They have 3 months to work on solutions, which are then assigned points. Dr. Kuchma was the author of many of these problems, was in charge of selecting the most interesting ones for the club members and evaluating their solutions. The club was extremely popular and some of the problems were very ingenious. In 1992, the World Federation of National Mathematics Competitions awarding him the Hilbert Medal in recognition of his work for the club. Dr. Kuchma also contributed to problem corners of other periodicals, including the American Mathematical Monthly, Elemente der Mathematik, Crux Mathematicorum, and Journal of Recreational Mathematics. Other than the Hilbert Medal, which was already mentioned, Dr. Kuchma was honored by giving an invited lecture at the 8th Congress of the World Federation of National Mathematics Competitions in 2018 in Graz. He was also recognized by the Polish government by getting the Medal of National Commission for Education and the Gold Cross for Merit. Lastly, he was an almost legendary analysis teacher for generations of Warsaw University students. He continued teaching part-time even after retiring until the pandemic forced him to stop. And let me perhaps close with a brief personal recollection on my acquaintance with Dr. Kuchma, whom I first met at the scientific camp of the Olympiad in 1981. I remember nothing from the camp because on the first day, he gave a problem, not really an Olympiad problem, an analysis problem which I was thinking on all the time and couldn't solve until I was a student. And then I worked with him in the main committee of the Olympiad, and I would say this: he's a man who speaks very little, never about himself, does an incredible work, and does it outstandingly well. Thank you.
Congratulations and thank you. Thank you very much for your work and for our society and for the big mathematical population. So thank you very much for your work.
señor, muchas gracias, señora. Una sorpresa tan agradable. Estoy honorado. I am really deeply moved. It's become, it was unexpected. It was unexpected, I must say, quite open. No. So, shall I repeat it? I just said that I feel deeply honored by this recognition. It was sort of unexpected. I'm not a young man anymore, you know. But some of you may know. Some of you may know how it is. Life is the walking shadow. A poor player starts and spreads, you know, up on the stage, and then is heard no more. A mathematician's tale. Thank you. This small item is something really beautiful. I like it. It gives my word of appreciation and sympathy to the person who manufactured it.
And now we pass to the prize for young mathematicians for such achievements, young meaning under 27 years of age. The laureate is Boris Kuca, University of Crete, for a series of 6 papers devoted to the study of polynomial configurations in combinatorics, ergodic theory, and fractal geometry. And the laudator is Nathan Gutman. Yes. And the laureate. Yes, please.
So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's my honor to say several words about Boris Kuca. So he was born in 1996 in Katowice, which is a city in South Poland. And during his school years, he excelled in many subjects. In particular, in 2014, as part of his high school team, he won the first place in the Polish Championship of Oxford-style debates. And due to his extraordinary scholastic achievement, he received a full scholarship to attend Yale University. And in 2018, he received a bachelor degree from Yale University, where his thesis was structures in hereditary sequencing. In nearly 3 years, he received a PhD from the University of Manchester, under the supervision of Prendeville, Solsten, and Robertson. The thesis title was Combinatorial and Dynamical Properties of Polynomial Progressions. Currently, he is a postdoc at the University of Crete, and as you all know, he receives the PTM Prize for Young Mathematicians, and the citation is for 6 papers studying polynomial configuration in combinatorics, ergodic theory, and fractal geometry. His main scientific interests are ergodic theory and additive combinatorics, with connections to number theory and fractal geometry. He is the co-author of 9 research papers and 3 preprints. Some of his recent publications further bounds in polynomials and radical finite fields, true complexity of polynomial progressions in finite fields, and together with opponent in Solsten on the continuous Chartesi type problem. And this last paper is especially noteworthy. It was discussed at length by Pramanik in her ICM lecture, in the last ICM. Just to give you a glimpse, I'm sure Boris Kuca will talk about related subjects today in the talk. So we have the classical, first of all, Sarkozy-Cohen, which tells us that if we have a set of integers with positive upper density, we can find the so-called square difference. That's A and A plus N squared, some N. Bourgain started the study of so-called continuous analogues. So you are now considering problem in the real line. So if you have A in the interval, unit interval, and you know it's the wave measure is bigger than epsilon, then you can find a delta so that you find x and z such that z is bigger than delta, such that x plus z and x plus z squared are innate. And in a remarkable paper using intricate Fourier analysis, O'Connor and Thorsten showed they studied a problem in the plane, and so they're missing a very important thing, but I'll say what it is. So they showed that there exists some epsilon 0, such that if the Hausdorff dimension of A is bigger than 2 minus epsilon 0, so this is a very significant weakening. Instead of considering measure, we're considering the Hausdorff dimension. Then you can find x, y, and z, which is not 0, such that x, y, and x plus z, y plus z squared are in A. So this is only a glimpse. There's a lot to say about this. So congratulations.
So now we can do.
Congratulations, and hope you keep collaborations for the
Also, since Friday, I'm actually employed at the university.
Okay.
Just
so you answer my question immediately, and congratulations.
And now we pass to Kazimierz Kuratowski Award. This award is given and organized jointly by Polish Mathematical Society and Institute of Mathematics of Polish Academy of Sciences. Here is also for young mathematicians, and the definition is different. It's under 30 years of age. So its youthfulness depends on the institution. And the laureate is Agnieszka Hejna from the University of Wrocław, for a series of works on the study of generalizations of classical theorems of harmonic analysis to the context of Hankel theory, in which classical differentiation operators on Euclidean space is modified by some differential operators. Unfortunately, Agnieszka Hejna cannot be here. She is teaching maybe even at the same moment. No, she's in Canada, so she could not come. So we'll have this ceremony in the next congress. But we will congratulate her now. So now we pass to the International Stefan Ranach Prize that is given for the doctoral dissertation in the mathematical sciences. This prize, the award, is possible by the generous sponsorship by the PricewaterhouseCoopers and Nicholas Copernicus University in Toronto, the Center of Excellence there, and also the sponsorship of Intercollegiate Consortium of Polish universities. And this year, 2023, we have two distinctions, two equal distinctions, and now I'd like to invite Blas Fernandez, and the award was for the dissertation title of the dissertation on certain problems related to pterygical algebras and distance balance graphs. And the supervisor is Stefan Miklavčić, University of Primorska, Slovenia. And I would like to invite him to present the laureate.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and it's my pleasure and also a big honor to introduce Blas Fernandez on this occasion here. So Blas is originally from Argentina, so he knows to speak Spanish, and at least from this point of view, he belongs to this conference here. He finished his undergraduate and master study of mathematics at University of La Plata. And already as a master student, he visited University of Primorska in Slovenia in the framework of Erasmus exchange program. And it was during this visit that Blas first get in touch with the theory of Terwilliger algebras. So the theory of Terwilliger algebras was also the topic of his master thesis that he wrote under my co-supervision. And later Blas decided that he wants to pursue his PhD study at University of Primorska, and quite naturally the theory of Terwilliger algebras was also the main topic of his PhD thesis. Terwilliger algebra is a certain matrix algebra which is associated with a graph, and these algebras were introduced in 1990s by Paul Terwilliger, and they proved to be very useful for the study of graphs arising from association schemes, such as distance regular graphs, for example. On the other hand side, so 5 years ago, let's say, there was just a couple of papers about Terwilliger algebras of graphs that are not distance regular. So the main goal of Blas' PhD thesis was to use Terwilliger algebras to study graphs that are not distance regular. This issue, so the investigation of general graphs via Terwilliger algebras, was the main originality and the main novelty of Blas' results. His approach was very well accepted in the international algebraic combinatorics community, with 6 research papers about this topic, and I'm very glad that also the International Banach Prize Committee recognized this novelty and originality and awarded Blas with International Banach Prize distinction. So I think that after 7 years, I know Blas quite well, at least from a mathematical point of view. He's an outstanding, passionate, hardworking, and perceptive mathematician. And I'm sure that this International Banach Prize distinction will not mean the end of his mathematical journey. I'm sure that it will be quite opposite. This will be the start of his excellent, thrilling, and fruitful mathematical career. And let me end with, Blas, it was a pleasure to be your supervisor. Thank you. Now I invite the Vice President of the Polish Mathematical Society, Tomasz Jodorowicz, to assist me to handle the prize, and he's really moving force behind this prize. And I would like also to invite the chairman of the jury, Grzegorz Świątek, to assist in handling the prize and congratulate the laureate. So, to congratulate you on this competition and wish you all the successes. Congratulations.
distinctions are two equal distinctions. Goes to Szymon Cygan for the dissertation, Patterns in Non-Local and Degenerate Models from Mathematical Biology. And the supervisor was Grzegorz Karp from the University of Wrocław, and I invite him to say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a great pleasure to present Szymon Cygan. As you see, he's always very elegant, a very nice person. Szymon was a student at Technical University in Electrical Engineering department. He completed his master thesis there. He even began a PhD program over there, but he was not a good engineer. Why? Because, sorry engineers, but he was not satisfied to know how something works. He always wanted to understand why, so deeply that he wanted to understand mathematics. So he told me that during his studies, engineering studies, he decided also to study mathematics parallelly, to understand mathematics, which is behind this engineering and mathematics that appears to be more interesting for him so much that he even left his PhD study at Technical University and completed PhD in mathematics under my supervision. Can we have next slide? Okay, he's lucky because his mathematics can be presented on pictures. There's no theorem, there are only pictures, and let me explain what is on those pictures. Japanese mathematician Hideru Kondo, he's a theoretical biologist who studied this kind of fish, called guppy fish, colors on guppy fish. He studied the chemistry, the skin of this guppy fish, and he's this kind of good biologist because he understands mathematics and he can describe his discoveries using mathematics. And he wrote equations describing changes of colors on the skin of the fish. And this model is presented over there. This is just a simple equation, looks like ordinary differential equation by U depends also on the space. On the space we have some kind of convolution operator. Very simple model, and Szymon studied this model mathematically, and he proved theorems. Proved theorems saying that for this model, typical behavior after a long time is like on those pictures on the right-hand side. These are numerical simulation, but also illustration. Mathematically, this is that in this model, there's a huge amount of different stationary solutions, and they are stable, and they depend essentially on initial condition. So that was the first part of his PhD thesis. And in the second part of his thesis, another model. This time, this is an ordinary differential equation coupled with partial differential equation. There's a Laplacian diffusion, boundary value problem. So general problem, arbitrary functions, f, g, arbitrary nonlinearities. Again, these models comes also from biology. For example, when you describe phenomena, when something is growing, because something diffusing around and causing this growing. This is typical effect when we have tissue in any living organism. And again, Szymon described behavior, typical behavior of such general models. And the behavior can be described in this way. Depending essentially on initial conditions, we can observe some stabilization of solutions and converging towards some stationary profile, stationary solution, which depends very much on initial conditions. And on those two pictures, you have, on one picture, you have random initial condition, and there's a clear separation of phase. Some parts converge to one steady state, another one stabilized at another level, and another picture. This is just a joke that this pi symbolizes that practically every pattern we can generalize if we choose properly initial conditions. So this is this behavior. These are mathematical results, mathematical proofs. This paper, for example, is published in Communication Partial Differential Equations. Szymon is a very nice person, very talented mathematician. It was a pleasure to be his supervisor. In fact, it was just a real collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, thank you very much for your achievements and congratulations. The Polish Mathematical Society grants honorary memberships, and I would like to present two here. And the honorary membership was granted to Professor Stanisław Goldstein, University of Łódź here, and the laureate is Grażyna Nowoczesna from University of Łódź.
Dear colleagues, in accordance with the status of Polish Mathematical Society, a person of particular merit for Polish mathematics or of particular service to the PTM may be awarded by dignity of honorary member of the PTM. The title of honorary member was conferred by the Delegates Assembly on the proposal of the PTM board to Professor Stanisław Goldstein. I'd like to justify shortly this decision, given a sketch of proof of the proposition, or maybe a theorem, that this decision was right, and Professor Goldstein truly deserves this title. Let's start with some facts from his life. Okay, being born. We can skip it here. Of course, it's a crucial fact, but we can agree that it's not a special achievement. But his master thesis was a significant achievement, since it was awarded a prize in the Józef Marcinkiewicz competition for the best student paper in mathematics in Poland. Next steps of his research career: PhD, habilitation, and obtaining a professor title can be treated as useful lemmas, with their own proofs given by his scientific papers in their positive interests, the positive reviews. Sorry. Okay, so the next slide, please. Okay, it works. Okay, what can we give as the additional tips is a wide range of his scientific interests: functional analysis, non-commutative measure theory, von Neumann algebras, representations of self-adjoint operators, combinatorial games, game theory, data structures, okay, and others. Looking at his bookshelves, one can see that he could definitely add here many more topics. I'm sure that in our proof we should also touch an administrative work, not only for the University of Łódź, but also for Polish mathematics. Professor Goldstein is the head of Department of Applied Computer Science at our faculty. He was a vice dean of our faculty. He works now in Committee of Quality of Education. He was chosen a member of Committee of Mathematics of the Polish Academy of Sciences. He worked for Commission for the Evaluation of Science. What about a particular service for PTM? Okay, so from 2011 to 2018, he was a very active president of the Łódź branch of our society. Maybe some of you remember that in 2011, we had in Łódź a very big event, similar to today's event, Israeli-Polish mathematical meeting, organized also by PTM. As a special merit of the professor, I consider encouraging and involving younger members in the society's activities. It's really crucial and it's a hard job. Stanisław Goldstein's activities are not limited only to the sciences. He is the founder and the president of the Łódź-based Institute of Tolerance, a non-governmental organization aiming to promote tolerance and respect for the dignity of others. I'm strongly convinced that it's enough for the proof. Maybe some additional comments on the personality of our honorable member. He's a really good lecturer. He can spot a silver lining in every cloud. He's an erudite man, endowed with a unique sense of sophisticated humor. So don't miss an opportunity to have a small talk or a serious discussion with him during this meeting. And if you agree that the proof is correct, then join me in greetings to Professor Goldstein.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your wonderful and service to the community. Thank you very much. We have another honorary member, Paweł Walczak, Professor Paweł Walczak from the University of Łódź and Laudator Maciej Czarnecki from the University of Łódź. This will be given on Thursday. Given on Thursday, it is before his lecture. Okay? So that concludes the ceremony of prizes. I would like to congratulate all our again. Let us congratulate them again. And we can listen to the lectures later on. Thank you very much.
Okay, now is the time for coffee break. The coffee break is at the level of this part of the aula, but one level down from the higher part of the aula. So you can go upstairs and then downstairs. It is easily visible. And I want to say that almost all the lectures of the laureates are included in the program of the Congress. You can find them in the book of abstract. And we will meet exactly at noon on the first lecture of Alex.